Meanwhile, back in October of 2017.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
Be careful what you ask for, crazy lady, because you just might get it. Because telling people not to buy your product, it doesn't usually work out in your favor. Meanwhile, fast forward back to the present. Normally, I try not to revel in the misery of others, but oh my god, this time I'm totally going to do it.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
How's that working out for you?
I think I tend to be pretty optimistic, but in this one I'm worried. I'm straight worried.
Why?
Because stores are closing at a phenomenal rate. Independent comic sales are down.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
Mainstream comic sales are down.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
Except for the top 3 or 5 books are up, and everything in the mid list is way down.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
Numbers that used to be numbers that would get you canceled are now like, no, that's a hit.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
Independent books making back the cost of doing floppies is like names that should be able to do it no sweat are going into the red on singles and not coming out until the trades.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
Oopsie. Well, that's a funny thing that happens when you tell people not to go and buy your stuff. Well, they tend not to buy it. Who would have thunk? Apparently not Kelly Sue DeConnick. And it's because of people like Kelly Sue DeConnick and many other comic book pros, and a lot of other factors as well, such as bad artwork, and also the coof, is the reason why the comic book industry is currently tanking. Because they made themselves not very relevant anymore by not telling good stories that people can relate to. And they also don't like being talked down to by a bunch of bitchy comic book pros. It doesn't exactly help with your sales. Just saying. So you might want to contemplate this before going out and tweeting about how terrible alt-white males are on Twitter. Don't do it. Because ultimately, it's just gonna hurt you in the end. And not us, because we'll just go off and do something else. Just saying.